doing what?
Are you doing it deliberately?
Oh, you started. I
Yeah.
didn't even realise.
I
I was going to take a drink. I was going to,
We
I don't know.
started. We started. We're live. Well, we're not
We are.
live.
Well,
We're not live.
we're going. We're going.
We're going. Hey guys,
Hey, can you get
look
me-
at us. Look
Yeah.
at us with the microphones
We have mics.
and with the headsets and with the lights and with the computers. It's all getting a little bit technological over here, isn't it?
Well, it has to be. 'Cause it's been a bit all over the place.
I think we got fed up with having dodgy sound quality, didn't we, for the main?
Yeah.
I think I said in another podcast that it seems that trying to use wireless 2.4 gigahertz microphones in a fish room that's full of other tech, lots of other stuff going on, funnily enough, gave us absolutely horrific sound quality.
Yeah.
So we've got some toys, haven't we, Davey?
We do indeed.
But
We
and
got
now
the
it's
mics.
just that steep learning curve of keeping our mouths the same distance away from the microphone at all times.
Yeah. All right.
So that we don't go. I'll stop messing around. Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm not too bad.
It's
I haven't
warm.
been here.
Davey has come in on his holiday.
Well, I'm not really on a holiday.
No, but you know what I mean. It's your time
No,
off
but
work.
look, it was the end of the day. Said I'd come in
Mm.
just after being off for a couple of days, and said we're a bit low on content.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. We've a couple of things in the pipeline,
We've had hiccups, so
well, sound, isn't it?
yeah.
Technology. Who would
Yeah.
have thought this is actually quite a hard game to really get right?
Yeah.
And we like things to be right ourselves.
Mm.
And we don't. I don't know. I know a lot of people have said, "Oh, the podcasts are great," and I really, really appreciate your feedback, guys. Me and Davey both do. When people come into the shop and
just
tell
want
us
it
that
better.
they enjoy it, it's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, we
I
just
think
wanna
we
make it better.
probably hear the issues more than anyone.
Yeah, I
does,
think so. Yeah, everyone is saying it's been totally fine.
Yeah, but the pops and bubbles and
Yeah.
I can hear it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm probably a little bit prissy over it or whatever, but hopefully now we've got some. You on your phone again?
I'm changing the flow.
You're changing the flow on the. You're changing the flow on the tank. Yeah,
Yeah.
it could be a little bit louder. Yeah. Well, anyway, here we are, another day.
We are.
It's warm, innit?
It's absolutely boiling.
So it's Monday, the
Yeah.
26th? No, 25th.
25th.
So it's the day where the weather forecast tells us it's going to be potentially the hottest May day in Ireland on record.
and supposedly it has been.
Yeah,
It's been up to what 29 degrees. I
is
heard?
it? And it was 28.4 before. So on
Yeah.
record, it has never been this hot in Ireland before. The goldfish don't like it.
No,
You can see they're looking a little bit
it's
subdued
it's a bit,
today.
bit
some
warm for them,
oxygen
isn't it?
issues going on in the warm
Yeah.
water. So we're doing what we need to do to support them.
Yeah,
Look, it's summer. We complain when it's hot. We complain
Yeah,
when it's
yeah.
cold. We complain when it rains. We complain when it doesn't. Never happy.
no, never happy.
Never
Never
happy.
ever happy.
We're literally, all of this frantic spraying of deodorants and CFCs into the air in the hope of tropical climates finally starting to pay off. And now all we're doing is giving out that it's too hot.
yeah, true.
Oh well. I'll take it. I love it personally. I'm
I
alright.
don't mind the heat.
I
either.
like it like this. Yeah, it's good.
I don't mind it. Yeah,
No.
I like a bit of heat.
Yeah. Well, it's good seeing as we work in a fish room.
Yeah, I suppose we get used to it, don't we?
Exactly. I think
know.
this 27, 26, this is pretty much every day for us.
Yeah, and to be honest, people do walk in here after being outside and go, "It's really cool in here, isn't it?"
Yeah, it's
Like,
cooler
it
in
is-
here
yeah.
than it is outside
Well,
today.
they come here in the middle of winter.
Oh,
It's sweating.
yes. When you can't
Yeah.
put cold water in the bay, otherwise it frosts up. And,
Yeah,
It's
that
mad,
kind of
isn't it?
stuff.
It's mad.
Yeah.
I can't really say to you, tell us about what's been going on in the shop because you haven't been here. So I suppose.
Well, I kind of still know.
Yeah, I suppose you did.
Yeah.
Davey never takes holiday, guys.
Well, I don't- I do.
Well, it's because you're never allowed to.
No, I
If
do,
you
I
take
do.
20 minutes off, we're pestering you on your phone going,
Yeah.
what's this? How much is that? Who's on this?"
I like to keep my head in it.
Yeah, you do. You do.
You know?
You're a dedicated human being, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
I enjoy it too much.
You can't. I've said this, but you can't do a job like this if you don't love it.
No, you don't. You can't. You
You know?
can't.
It's very. It's
But look
so
at-
full on.
This is my addiction.
Yeah. There you
It
go.
really is. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Do you know what mine is?
What?
Crack.
Okay. Whoa. Whoa.
No, that's not. I'll probably quack that out.
Yeah. No,
We're
no.
not
no.
allowed. Are we allowed to
No,
talk about
of
narcotics
course,
on the
of
podcast?
course.
We probably are we?
Of course. You do click that it's not for it's not for children. So there you
Yeah,
go.
that's true. Yeah, we do have to.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
really, guys.
We don't have to quack that.
No, we don't.
We
Okay.
just have to
Okay, cool.
quack the other stuff.
The other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll lay off the other
Like
stuff.
when I tell you to fuck off. That my first crack. I think it's my first
I
crack.
think it is your first crack,
There
actually.
you go, I've been very
Congratulations,
good.
mate.
I have been very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, you have, yeah. Yeah, we
Yeah.
both have. We're getting there, but we're blowing it gradually.
We are.
We're getting a bit more comfortable now, aren't we? I think it's that
Yeah,
familiarity
just,
breeds contempt. We're just
bit of
talking.
laugh, yeah.
You've got to, haven't you?
Absolutely.
Do you know what we could talk about briefly before we get into the guts of this wonderful podcast that we're doing today? Are we now going to talk about our podcast, the next one that we're doing?
I think we have to because we've been leaving it out for a long time.
And we're all confirmed. Everything's done.
Yeah.
I think we're looking good. And we're
Which
gonna,
one? Just two.
No, the one next week on Monday,
Oh, right.
which is
then.
going to be
The
live.
one next week on Monday. That's going to be live.
Yeah. Are we going to tell
Yeah.
everyone all about that?
Is this going out this week?
It will, yeah.
All right.
It'll go out beforehand.
So the other one that is.
Yeah, what, the one that we're still working on?
Yeah,
that might go out this week as well.
Okay, that'd be
I think
cool.
we'll get a bit of
That'd be
content out because we're nearly there with
That'd
that.
be cool. All right. So anyway, I have been messaging around, and for the last 3-4 weeks now, I've been chatting away to Mr. Julian Sprung,
Yeah.
and he's gonna come on and do a live chat with us.
Yep.
He's gonna do questions and answers. So obviously I've been trying to get a lot of people on the last couple of weeks and stuff like that, but got chatting to Julian, says we'd come on to the podcast, whatever. He was like, yeah, happy enough to do it, but he
Yeah.
did say it was some Vivarium
Yeah, you met
in,
him a year or so
um,
ago, didn't you, on the
in
show
November. He just said message him any time,
Mm.
and that's
Very
what he
open
did.
guy. It's
Yeah,
great.
he
I think a
is.
lot of people in the hobby are, but Julian
Yeah.
definitely is one.
Oh,
That's,
he's such a nice guy. He is so easy to talk to,
And
stuff like that.
it goes without saying, but geez, talk about stalwart of the hobby. You know,
Absolutely.
a guy that is literally, like, his name is synonymous with reef keeping in the modern day and before.
Yeah.
Some of his books are fabulous.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
guy's very intelligent. So I can't wait to talk to him. I haven't
It's
met
gonna
him.
be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and we're doing it live. We're
Yeah.
doing it live. So at
So
what time?
we're doing it live. It'll be on YouTube.
Mhm.
So anybody that would like to ask him a question, he's all ears. He wants to answer.
Mhm.
You know, and as he said, like the more questions he answers, the more he gets to think, and the more he learns. This is what how he comes up with theories as well. So
Very good. Very good.
yeah, it's gonna
So,
be a good one.
Yeah.
Be exciting.
So we've some guests coming up generally, which we won't
Yeah.
talk about.
No.
Most of these podcasts we're recording ahead of time, aren't
Yeah,
we?
yeah.
Mainly because of Davey's horrific language and the fact that I can't quack machine live at the moment.
Yeah.
Although I do. I mean, look, we're surrounded by all this tech, but mate, you know what I'm like? Like, I've already got bits in the Amazon basket to make it even better still. And one of them is a tool that would give us a live quack button.
Oh yeah,
So that'd be quite fun.
nice.
We can
Nice.
bust out the quack when necessary.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we normally do them ahead of time, but this one with Julian is going to be a live podcast.
Yeah.
So
It
come
is.
along, join us.
Be interesting.
And we'll put in the group and we'll put on the YouTube and stuff.
I'm gonna start.
a precise
I have
time and all
I
that.
have a couple of kind of images and stuff like that to share. So
Mm.
I think they'll go out this week. Might do one every couple of days.
I think we're talking
Yeah.
around about 8ish on a
About
week.
around
on
8
Monday.
p.m. half 8. I'd say.
Yeah.
I don't know now. I have to finalise the exact time with him.
Yep.
But he's saying, see, he's in Florida, so
Right. Yeah.
time zone is an issue. Like
Yeah,
you
well,
know.
it could be worse. I mean,
Yeah.
8 p.m. We could have been sitting here at 1 o'clock in the morning with coffee talking live to Julian Sprung.
Yeah, it could have been.
That could have happened. And we'd have done it, wouldn't we? Let's
No,
face it.
But,
You know?
but he wanted to do the time, so I was like, "Oh, happy days! It's
Yeah.
lunchtime for us, for him.
Yeah.
It's evening for us.
It's evening for us. So yeah.
You know, so it's suited well. Like,
And we'll probably record something else first, won't we? As
yeah,
well.
we
seeing as we're
will.
gonna
We
be
might
sitting around.
mess around with something.
I hope it's cooler.
Oh, how so do I?
It's
I'll
wa-
bring.
it's
I'll bring.
warm in here.
I might bring a desk fan in tomorrow or something.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. We're keeping the tank temps down though. Shop's all right.
Yep.
I've been checking the tank temps and stuff, and everything's fine. Some of the smaller individual tanks are needing a little bit more airflow and whatnot, but the
yeah,
main stuff, the big bays, stuff like that, it's all good.
yeah. The smaller tanks usually do stuff. I don't think
They do.
it's harder to kill them.
Yeah, less water flow, less
Yeah.
evaporation. Evaporative cooling. We've got lovely TMC fans in the shop. There's one. There's a fan. TMC aquarium cooling fans. And I was talking to a customer yesterday actually about why is there a benefit to cooling, having a fan blowing air over the tank when the air in the room is warm as well? Does it actually cool unless you can blow cold air over them? And I was saying no, it's evaporative cooling. When water evaporates, it gets cold. So it's like
Yeah.
the way if you blow your hand and it feels a certain temperature. But if you lick your hand and blow on it, it feels cool. That's why we sweat. It's like, just I can't resist throwing the science in.
No.
So the more water you can get to evaporate off the top of your tank, the cooler your tank water becomes, and therefore blowing air over the top of your tank, even if it is a warm room and warm air, it still has a cooling effect on your tank.
It does, yeah.
So yeah, cooling fans.
You're essentially getting more kind of air, more not air. What would you call it? What way is the best to explain it? Like you're blowing that kind of. Do you ever see when you look in the distance, you see that kind of heat waving? That kind of I can't think of the word.
Mirage.
Yeah,
is that what you're on about?
No, but not.
Because it's evaporation from the top of the tank that you're carrying away, and you're encouraging evaporation to airflow. I know what you're trying to say.
It's like the steam line.
I
bet you there's a great word for it.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
I'm sure there is. I have no idea.
Yeah. You're just removing that heat.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So
that's
good.
just hanging on the top.
So if you haven't got cooling fans in your tank when it's 28 degrees or 29 degrees or even warmer outside, probably a good idea. I remember back in the day reefing with halides and T5s, where there was so much heat would be pumped out of those lights that we used to run chillers all the time.
Yeah.
Couldn't really run those tanks without chillers. They're just no good. Then you don't have to worry about hot days.
Yeah.
Because you've got a chiller sitting under your tank anyway. Pushing the electricity bill up even more. When
Absolutely.
Paying to lights, paying to
heat. They push out some heat as well at the back.
What, the chillers?
Yeah,
they do,
Yeah, big time, like.
Yeah. Well, chillers don't chill.
No,
they just remove heat.
Yeah.
It's a heat sink. It's just dumping it. All good fun.
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about beginner fishing corals, aren't we?
Yeah.
So the idea that we kind of had was to choose a handful of fish and corals. 5, I think we said. I've got 5.
Yeah.
Now, you haven't been here.
I haven't thought about it.
No, you haven't thought about it?
We messaged it earlier and I goes, why don't we do, say, like, some easy fish, to start off and stuff like that.
Yeah, easy fish to start off with.
And your guest and I had it all prepared.
Well, I came back to you and said, well, why don't we choose 5 each and we can talk through them, and if they're the same and different, then we'll have like 9 or 10. And you haven't thought of any. So that's fine.
I don't need it.
No,
I don't
that's
need
fine.
it. I don't need it. I have it all here.
I was just going to say, you can do it right off the top of your head.
Off the dome.
Right off the dome. See, I've got pictures for all of mine.
I don't.
Yeah, I do, mate. I'm prepared. You're not allowed. You're not allowed on your phone while we're filming the podcast. It's rude. You're not present.
I am not present.
You're not present in this relationship, Davey.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god. It's been a long, warm day, isn't it?
It is.
It's going to be a bit crazy today. Okay, should we make a start? Should we start talking about some fish?
Already started.
Okay. Well, no, I know, but you know what I mean. Start on the actual content of the podcast, which is going to start off with our beginner fish. So go on, Davey. Your one first. What's your first fish?
My first fish.
Yeah, go on. You're a beginner comes into the shop.
Will we just start with like our all reliable, which everyone wants?
It's up to you. I see. This is choose 5. And it can be for different reasons as well. It doesn't have to be.
Do we have to choose the same 5 as you?
No, of course not.
So am I choosing 10?
Well, yeah. Well, we're discussing options, is what we're doing basically. So, like, I don't know. It could be for different reasons as well. Like some beginner fish. Someone comes in and they've got a 200-gallon tank, and they go, "I want a beginner fish." That's gonna be a different tank fish to someone who's got 48 liters.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what it is or why you choose it. It's just what fish is your go-to when someone says, "I want a beginner fish"?
Right. Well, I would say what most people come to this hobby for.
Don't do it, David.
To actually keep.
Don't say it.
Clownfish.
Quack. That's get the quack.
No, but it is.
Actually,
really
do you know what? I won't quack clownfish. If you'd have said Nemo, that would have got a quack.
Or I wouldn't have said Nemo.
Serious podcast for serious reefers, mate.
We can't say Nemo.
No, that's a swear word, right? I know it's not. We're just playing. We're just messing.
But yeah, so
Nemo.
It is clownfish.
Okay, why?
Because they're easy, hardy fish. They are.
Yeah. They don't. They're tolerant of a wide range of conditions.
They are. They're very, very tolerant.
Yeah.
They are.
They put up with a hell of a lot, don't they? The poor things.
They do. They can.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just there's not much to them, like The only problem with clownfish is they don't do very much, do they?
Yeah. So do you know what I find about clownfish? And I'm going to be honest, clownfish is not on my list of 5 beginner fish.
I didn't think it would.
For a couple, no, I know, because number one, I knew that it would come up.
Yeah.
And it's a very obvious, like, that's the first fish. But you are right. You know, if someone comes in, I've just set up my fish tank, I want a couple of fish to go in there, a couple of clownfish. They look beautiful. The way they swim is so lovely. They're
Yeah.
really, really nice, friendly looking little fish.
Yeah.
Now, when they get a bit bigger and you put your hand in the tank, they're not very friendly at all.
No.
And they can be bullies. So we can talk about the downsides of these fish as well.
Well, the downside to these fish is a lot of them will just hang in a corner.
Well, that's the other thing I was going to say. They set up home in the top left-hand side of your tank and they never leave.
Yeah.
I had a pair of clownfish in 200 gallons before, and they lived in a 2-inch square area in the top left-hand side of the tank. Now, there might have been a reason for that. They might have been trying to get away from flow or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it is frustrating. You want to see them interact with the reef.
You do.
You want to see them swim around, and they just sit at the top
You do.
and look at you.
That's why I suppose people will pick the likes of Clarky clowns and stuff like that, or maroon clowns, something that's going to hang around an enemy, you know, and make that area its home. You know.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, exactly. And I think clown and nem pair, there's nothing more satisfying.
No,
I love clown and anemone pair.
When you actually get it to work, like
Mm.
it's just a
Brilliant,
pity.
isn't
Like,
it?
a lot of the common clowns, and just looking at the pair that's in there, like
Yeah, they're
like
really
a lot of
nice.
the common clowns, it's very hard to get them to host.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
even if you put them in a basket,
Mm.
putting an enemy right up against them,
Mm.
yeah, they might knock into it a few times, but sometimes they
well,
get
the
back
tank-
into it. And
The tank bred,
they don't
they're
get near.
20 generations away from a fish that's even seen an anemone.
But
you know, I
only
know
the
that-
oscillators.
Yeah, true.
Because
true.
if you stick a tank bred Clarky clown in,
It'll go for it.
yeah, most of the time they
yeah,
will.
yeah. Although we've some in our bay that are proving us wrong.
Yeah, they're a bit weird.
They are a bit weird.
Yeah,
They don't like
I
nems.
don't like that female.
Do you not?
No, she bites me all the time. She actually bit me, right? And I picked my finger up, and she was still attached to it.
Actually?
Yeah.
My God. You
Yeah.
must taste like a mysis shrimp.
Yeah. Hey, Jack.
Hi, Jack.
I didn't even see him coming in. You crawled through the window.
The door was locked.
Yeah.
It's probably got a key, it being his shop and all.
Yeah,
He probably has.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll go one for one, shall we? My
Right,
turn.
go on, what's yours?
Coltang. That's an odd choice, isn't it?
Yeah, beginner fish.
Yeah. Beginner fish. Let me explain my reasons.
First fish.
First fish for a human being ever?
Yeah,
Well, no.
yeah,
I mean, no.
All right,
Of course
go
not.
on.
Beginner fish in a new tank is what I've gone
Why
for.
did you pick this one?
Why? Because
Because you can't get them.
everyone. Well, no, that's a particularly nice, particular example of a coal
Yeah,
tank.
we can't
but
get them.
No, we can't get those, but we can get other coal tanks. We've got some over
Yeah.
there. We get
Very,
bristle,
very
bristle,
hard to
tooth,
come
bristle
across.
tooth tank. Let's call it bristle tooth tank. Everyone wants something that's going to go into the tank and eat algae. Tangs in general are what you want, but it's hard to put a tang in unless you've got, number one, enough water volume, number two, massive amounts of flow, and number three, systems to deal with what comes along with tangs like white spot, etc. Bristle-tooths, coals, you could probably throw tamini into the same basket.
Well, they're the same species, so
Yeah. So you're
the same.
gonna that for me is a fish that can go in early in the life of a tank. It's a utilitarian fish.
Yeah.
I much prefer a fish that does a job than a fish that doesn't.
Yeah.
I like a beautiful fish as much as anybody else, but if they do a job, more the better. I think they're underrated. I think as far as your tang group goes, they are more tolerant of swinging conditions than others. And I don't think you need things like powder blue or Achilles conditions to keep one. And I think they're useful to you.
What's powder blue and Achilles conditions?
Powder blue and Achilles conditions.
Yeah.
Well, number one, heavy UV sterilization, in my opinion, to keep the parasite load down.
Right.
You need space
Mhm.
and you need massive amounts of water flow.
Yeah, and you don't really need a lot of. Well, this type of bristle tooth, I think you need a bit more space because it is the bigger type. That's the yellow-eyed coal tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I did this just for the podcast, and I put in coal tang and screenshotted the first picture. I wasn't that particular in terms of what type it was. That just
Yeah.
looks pretty to me. It's a nice fish.
Yeah. No,
I'll tell you about something that really opened my eyes to tangs and powder blues and stuff like that. When I a couple of tanks ago, I had an Aqua One Reef Sys 326 4 foot 77 gallon sump system, right?
Okay.
I had a very happy purple tang in there, doing his thing, swimming around, pecking the rocks, enjoying himself.
Yeah.
Some would say 77 gallons is a little bit low for a purple tang, and I'd probably agree with them, but at the time, that's what was in there. I was upgrading with your good self, actually, to
Okay.
a 6 foot 200 gallon
Oh
tank.
yeah.
Do you remember? Before I worked here, we had that custom done that was delivered.
Yeah.
And I wanted a powder blue more than anything else in the whole wide world. And I saw a lovely, chunky, happy powder blue tang. And I bought it before I did the tank upgrade because I knew that it would be going into a 200 gallon. So I put it in the 4 foot short term while I was, and I know it shouldn't be done. People are going to tell me off for it. Tang police, here they come. I can hear the sirens already. But I did, and I put it in there, and I thought, okay, this is for like 3 or 4 weeks. Should I have been patient? Yes. Was I? No. It's the reality of the hobby, in my opinion. So I put it in there, and the purple and the powder blue, they just hung out together. They swam around, they pecked at rocks. Everyone looked pretty happy. The powder blue would get the odd little speckle on him every now and then of ick, but nothing crazy. I had a big UV on there. I'd been pretty careful about all the other fish I put in. There was no real issues. They just sort of hung out together, and I thought, this is great. This fish looks really happy here, like really nice. He every now and then he'd zoom around a bit, especially in the evenings. But apart from that, and then I upgraded the tank, and then I put those 2 fish into a 6 foot, and wow, the difference in that powder blue tang. He was instantly had no interest in the purple whatsoever. He was up in the water column. He was gliding around. He was in and out of the rock work. He was through the flow of the wave makers and back the other way. It was totally different behavior. And I just literally, within half an hour of putting that fish in that tank, I was like, okay, that's why these big open water swimming pelagic fish need bigger tanks.
Yeah.
That's where it's coming from. And the penny just dropped. And I was like, I won't put that type of fish in a tank of under 6 foot again, because it was just so clear immediately that that's what it wanted. They really do. And you could be excused if you'd only ever seen one in a 4 foot for thinking it was perfectly happy, but it's only when you make the comparison that you go, yeah, it doesn't work. Doesn't work. Purple, happy out.
Yeah.
You know, yellow would have been fine.
When it
Coal
comes
would have been
to
fine.
when it comes to the powder tanks, people don't realise where exactly they're coming from in the ocean. Like, you know, and they're usually in areas that like there's a lot of current.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember seeing something that a diver was telling me that like where Achilles tang swims, them like he was saying they went to swim. There's a big school in front of them, and he says he swam up towards them, and then he says he was just thrown 25 feet away from it.
Wow.
So that's how far, how big the current was.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, it says he got thrown, but all the Achilles tanks stood where they were. Just
they didn't move.
They rode the current, and
Yeah.
it was just.
Yeah.
He says, and that's when he realised, like, this is how strong
Yeah.
the swimmers these
That's
are.
the
They
current
need
that
a
they've
lot
got.
of flow. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
they do. You
And
know?
it's so hard to replicate.
Yeah, big time. Like, and even thinking that, like, I just don't think they'd suit a mixed reef.
Yeah. No.
They
No.
need an SPS tank, loads of flow, able
Open
to absolutely
spaces.
tear around it. Like,
Yeah. Not that many fish.
no.
Yeah.
Well, there can be a lot of fish still.
Yeah, but your SPS system
know.
generally is going to be. They're not going to get picked on. Well, imagine they're not going to get picked on. They do their share of picking on.
Oh, they're a very aggressive fish.
They
can
are,
be,
aren't they? Yeah.
You know.
Go on then. You got a number 2?
Number 2 would have to be. So we're gonna go for something that's a bit utility,
Go on then.
right? We're gonna go with a algae blenny.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Right. I thought you were gonna change to an algae blenny there.
Don't have a picture of an algae
You
blenny.
don't have an algae blenny.
I don't. If we cross over, we'll have pictures, but I don't think we're going to.
The only problem with an algae blenny is, so if we're gonna go algae blenny, we're talking like say your standard jewel, or your starry blenny, the black one.
Right.
You know, they
Nice.
will do a little bit of picking at algae, but not a lot.
Right.
You know, but I just think it's really cool fish.
Yeah.
A lot of character.
Yeah. Character
You know.
fish.
Yeah.
And nice for smaller tanks too.
Yep. Well, some of them can get quite big.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, an algae blenny can get at least 3
Yeah.
inches.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
Okay. Okay. They're not 48 fish.
No.
They're not. No. I would be looking for. Is there what would you say your minimum tank size is for something like an algae blenny? I'd be looking at 100 litres.
30. I'd say about 30 gallons. Yeah, so
30
about
gallons,
100
30,
litres.
69, yeah, give or take. Just
Yeah.
over 100 litres, yeah.
Well, see you there.
Very good. Bye, Jack.
He's at
Right.
been stalking us.
Boss is
Yeah.
gone.
Now we can start
Right.
coursing.
Yeah, we can. We can start. Right, you go rate the coffee dot for all the chocolate.
Absolutely, yeah. Anyway, oh man, have you had them sandwiches in the coffee dog?
Have I had them?
Have you had any of them?
I haven't, no.
I had a lovely sandwich the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, I got Stevie to make one.
Right.
It was actually quite good.
The sandwich toast is savage.
What?
The sandwich toaster in there's now is amazing.
Yeah.
I did bring me and Jake upstairs in the reptile shop had an absolute throwback because I brought part baked baguettes and some stuff and cooked them in the thing and squashed them down.
Made paninis.
Paninis, mate. I haven't come across a panini in the wild for at least
In
a
the wild.
decade. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, not many places do them.
They
Really,
don't, do they? They used
Well,
to
they
be
don't do them properly.
everywhere. Yeah, you need
No one-
part baked bread and you need to squash it down.
Yeah.
I had chicken tikka and cheese and tomato in it. It was amazing,
Oh.
mate. It was
I
wonderful.
brought ham and cheese in one day, and that was it. You go
Well,
with your
I only got.
chicken and I
Mate,
bet you made it yourself.
I didn't actually. I got
You
it from
did.
Lidl.
You wanna- He comes in here and go like I made a curry. Oh man, the smell of it must be amazing.
I like making curries.
You should
I
eat
like
those.
making curries.
Yeah.
They're good. It's good fun. What were we talking about?
Fish.
Fish.
Yeah. So algae blennies. I just look like a fish like that. It is really hardy.
Mm.
Although it is really hardy, and I'm gonna backtrack now because I'm saying it's really hardy. Not really. Algae blennies. I do not recommend anyone buying one unless they're eating in the shop
Okay.
because they're a fish that can stress out a lot.
Right.
But once they're in the tank, they're fine.
Mm.
You know,
Very good. Any downside apart from the eating thing? Any downsides with them?
they're blennies.
The blennies,
They can
aren't
be
they?
assholes. Like they
Yeah,
can
they can be pushy and
be. Yeah.
Mm.
If you have like, I suppose if you're putting an algae blenny in, it'll be a fish that'll go in say after you have like maybe a goby or two in.
Mm.
You know, and then I suppose in a 30 litre, if you are a 30 gallon tank or 100 litres and stuff like that, like there's only so many more fish you can get in with it, like you
Mm.
know,
Mm.
like you couldn't really put a jawfish in, you couldn't really
No.
put another chalk goby in, or even an orange spot goby or a blue cheek or something like this. Or
Do you like it? Do you
maybe-
like an orange spot goby?
I love orange spot gobies.
Do you?
Yeah, they're my favourite.
I like them, but they need a
Yeah.
mature tank.
They do.
I was racking my brains for a sleeper type sand sifting goby, and I kind of came up with one, but even then, it's a with caution one.
They're not
I'll
an
tell you
easy
about.
fish.
They're not an easy. Well, they run out of food on the sandbed, don't they?
Yeah.
Basically, it's hard to get them to eat out of the water
And
column.
and it would have been. Are we doing worse fish or not? Or maybe just
Well, I was thinking.
steer away
Yeah,
at the air.
yeah. I don't know if we're going to run out of time. We were going to do 5 fish and 5 corals. We'll see how we go. Will we?
Yeah. Look, I will.
Yeah. If not, we'll do corals next time.
No,
But we'll see how we go.
tip
We'll,
away,
yeah,
tip
we'll get
away,
it. We'll
we'll
get it.
tip
Yeah,
away.
we'll get it.
I think we've fairly motor through this.
Yeah, I see.
Right, come on. You
My
bang your,
turn.
bang your nice little picture up there.
Here we go. If you'd send me your list in advance of these things, I'll get a list. I'll get a
Sure.
picture for yours as well, mate.
Why
will.
should we be prepared? Go on.
Number 2,
Okay.
red firefish.
Useless fish.
Yes. More or less useless than a clownfish, which was your number 1.
Yeah.
As useless.
Yeah.
It's not a utilitarian fish. You need a lid because they're jumpers,
You really need a lid.
but especially under the right light. Oh my God, they're beautiful fish. They are stunning. You know one of my favourite fish in whole hobby,
I do.
which is
The Hellfingy.
Hell Freaky Firefish.
Hellfingy.
I didn't put Hell Freaky up because no one's buying that as an early fish. They're expensive.
They do.
What, a 120 euro Hell Freaky Firefish is a
course they
beginner
do.
fish? Yeah?
Yeah.
I find the Hell Freakies to be quite shy as well by comparison, but I like
Yeah.
a shy fish.
I prefer the purple ones.
Purples. I don't
Yeah.
like purples.
Boy, they look better.
I don't know. I like the reds. I like the Hell Freakies. The purples look a bit angry to me.
They do, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
like them because they looks like they have a clown face that's sad.
Yeah, I suppose so. They've got
I
clown
like, I like sad clowns. Yeah,
He wears a clown suit at weekends,
I
folks.
do, yeah. They call me Bobo.
Oh my goodness me.
Well, I'm here on the
right,
weekends.
we're
I
do-
never
we're
get a
do-
chance to.
We're doing that at the
Midweek.
frag swap. We're
What?
doing that at the next frag swap.
I'm dressing up as a clown.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm sure plenty of people call me a clown anyway. I know
Who
one
would say
person
that?
in particular.
Do you?
Yeah.
Who's that? Lots of people.
He shall not be named.
He shall not be named. Him again. He comes up a lot. So yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I like a fire fish. They're not utilitarian at all. They are beautiful
No.
fish. They're inexpensive. They're reasonably tolerant of conditions, and you can get them into an early tank. You can get them into a tank in the first month or two, and they'll be happy enough. Once you're cycled and none of your conditions are horrible, you're not likely to get ammonia. As with every fish, firefish goes in well, in
Yeah.
my opinion. Go on, you're number 3.
My number 3.
You'll literally go off the top of your head now, won't you?
Now let me think. I want to go utility. So
Okay. You want to see? I don't think any of mine are utility.
one that'll be
apart from that coal.
that'll go straight in
Mm.
into a tank. I would go with something like a easy to keep fish that's going to do a job. So for pest control,
Mm-hmm.
I will say,
Yeah.
6-line wrasse.
Go on. Nice choice.
Yeah, 6-line wrasse.
I thought about that.
Very aggressive.
I had 6-line up. I had a picture of it. I was looking at it and I was like, but the aggression.
Will you throw it up for us?
No, I didn't actually. I didn't. I ended
Oh
up.
yeah.
I ended up deciding not to do that one
There you go.
because of aggression, but only because a lot of you beginners have smaller tanks and it makes it difficult to put an aggressive fish in. But I have had amazing success with 6-lines and I've not found them to be aggressive. I think it depends on if there's enough swimming space, enough room in the tank, and you're careful about other things that you put in.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. And they'll eat your flatworms. They'll get rid of any little pests here and there. Wrasse is fantastic for that,
Yeah.
aren't they?
But it's a fish you put in near the end. Because if there is salt fish and you have your goby, like, it's not going to be a great fish to be putting in with that goby afterwards. Because the goby's sure to be picked on by the
Yeah.
wrasse. Even if you put like a fish that'll kind of handle the aggression, like a tang or a clownfish or whatever, he's still going to kick his ass.
Yeah, he is. And we've had
You
people
know.
bring 6-lines back because of their aggression.
Yeah.
But a lot of
Man.
the time they don't.
But like, they're one of them fish. There's so many colours in them,
Yeah.
and they're beautiful.
They
They
are.
really are.
Yeah. They're one of those fish that from a distance they kind of look like nah, but then when you really look
when
at
you
them,
really look at them,
they're
there's one
beautiful.
floating around there somewhere.
yeah. Yeah, that's a
Probably
nice
can't.
one.
Yeah, there's one floating around the tank there somewhere,
Mm.
but like, yeah, there's just the are
Yeah.
such a
So
nice
pest
fish.
control is a really good idea when it comes to fish. Spring
Yeah.
area damsels as well, that kind of thing. They can be quite good, but then we're not really going to... I don't think either of us are going to have damsels on our list, are we?
No,
Apart from obviously clownfish.
no, not in the top 5. Not in the
No.
top 5.
They'd be... You might get there in top 10. Maybe? I don't know. For me, a damsel is something like a yellowtail damsel or something like that. It's I've got at least 500 litres and I want to put a school of 20 of something small in to fill mid-water, to eat all the little bits of food that hit the
Yeah.
water and look good. Because they'll infight then and they won't pick on anything else.
Yeah, that's why the Springer damsels are great for that.
Yeah. The little spring areas are good because they're not as aggressive, are they? And they're brilliant flatworm control.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, my turn. Yellow Watchman Goby.
Okay.
Yeah, do you like that?
Yeah, I do really like them.
Because
Another kind of useless fish, though. They don't do much.
well, no,
Yeah.
they are. Apart from the coal tank, I think all of mine are useless fish.
Maybe.
All of them are.
Really? You just went for pretty.
I went for things that people. Yeah, I went for pretty.
Yeah.
Do you know what I like about
like
Yellow
shiny
Watchman
things.
Gobies is that exactly that, shiny. Is when my kid was watching Moana for the 1 millionth time the other night, and I had to sit through it again, and
Oh, really?
we play the songs in the car and everything. She
Do
loves
you?
it. She loves Moana, and even now she makes me put on. Do you know Maui? You're welcome. That song. You got kids, you know that. She listens to that now in French.
In
And-
French?
Yeah, and she sings it.
Wow.
She's only
Oh, yeah.
6.
So you're teaching her French as
Yeah,
well?
I am. Yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah.
She
Nice.
loves it. Yeah. Anyway, so I like a Yellow Watchman Goby because everyone likes a shrimp and goby pair.
Yeah.
And they're really popular. The people ask us because that symbiotic relationship between a pistol shrimp and a Watchman Goby is unbelievable to watch. Clowns and anemones is
Yeah,
one
it's
thing,
cool.
but shrimp and goby, you've got an aggressive little shrimp that can dig a good hole and defend the burrow, but is blind. And you've
Yeah.
got a nearly helpless fish that needs a burrow to live in, but's got no way of defending itself, but is quite good at going up and grabbing food. And between the two of them, through the incredible feat of evolution, they live together. and they'll do the same
Yeah.
thing on our fish tank. Honestly, I kind of find that quite hard to get over sometimes. It's so simple. Shrimp and goby pair, anyone that's in the hobby a while, it's
Yeah.
like that becomes second. It's just something that sits there in the background. But
Yeah.
watching a shrimp and goby pair interact, share a burrow together, all of that kind of stuff. If something's going to keep a beginner in the hobby and something's going to keep the interest and the fascination going, something like that in your tank would be great.
Yeah.
And they don't need space. They live within a 6-inch square area as long as they're happy. They don't. You
Yeah.
can put those in little tanks.
Although it depends. Well, they do travel.
Well, I mean, yeah, they don't travel very far through a 48-litre nano day.
Well, they will. Well, like they travel.
They'll go from that rock to that rock.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is they don't suffer from being in that kind of tank.
No, they don't really.
And a lot of your beginners and people looking at newbie type fish are looking
The
at
only thing
smaller
about a
tank fish.
pistol shrimp in a smaller tank is take out your snails, take
that's
out your hermit crabs,
Yeah,
and that kind of stuff. Like
yeah. And noisy.
noisy, yeah.
If they get going.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When that dotty back was put in that tank with that pistol shrimp before, it was like flipping rifle fire until we realised what was going on and had to move it. It was
Yeah.
going crazy. It literally was. It was cracking away. I thought there was something wrong with the glass.
Yeah.
I thought one of the tanks was about to split or something. But the tinging that was going on, anyway, turned out it was the pistol shrimp trying to tell the dotty back to leave
Take it
him alone.
away.
Yeah, worked. Do you want to have a go? Have you got one?
Yeah, I think my next one will be some sort of bristle tooth tank.
Okay, like my coal tank.
Yeah.
Anyone in particular?
But I don't know. Like anyone in particular, I suppose like a coal tank. But
Is a convict a bristle tooth? No.
no,
not, is
they're a Cantius tank,
Yeah,
so they're the
Mm.
same species as well, not the same species, but in the coal tank, not the coal tank, your powder kind of
Really?
similar family.
Mm.
Isn't they Cantius as well? No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
Showing holes in our knowledge here. Hey, I'm the science guy,
Yeah.
guys. Water chemistry. He knows about fish.
But like bristle tooth tanks, I just think they're just a great tank
Yeah,
because
they
they're. You know what? Right, I'm gonna go with it. Just because it's my favorite tank,
Okay.
convict tank.
Okay. That's what I would have
Convict
thought.
tank, they just
Yeah.
they don't stop.
Yeah.
You know.
That's why I asked if it
I
was a bristle
absolutely-
tooth. So that's what I thought you were going. So I know
Yeah.
how much you love a convict tank.
Yeah, I love convict tanks. I
Mm.
do. I just think they're amazing. I had one, and he's the only one that I suppose I kept long term,
Mm.
and then I brought him here.
Mm.
The gem tank killed him.
No way.
Yeah, I was sick. It was, and the gem tank was so much smaller than it as well.
Do you like jam tangs?
Yeah, they're not bad.
Do you?
Yeah,
Mm.
they're not bad.
Mm.
You don't like them, no?
No,
No.
not really.
Really?
Only because
They're unique pattern.
unique.
They are unique.
They are. I'd rather have a purple.
Yeah.
I think the first time I
I
ever
don't
saw
really
a
like
gem
purple.
tang in real life, it was side to side in tanks with the purple. And I was looking at the two of them, and then the guy who owned the shop came along and told me the price difference between them. And I
Yeah.
was like, so what? That black thing with a bit of a dusky yellow tail is like 5 times the price of this stunning purple thing with lines all over it, different shades, and a vivid vivid yellow tail. I think I'll have 5 of those instead of 1 of those, please. And from then on, I just can't. I don't know. I'm just not a fan. I get their interest when you look at it and you go, it's actually is spotted, and it's really uniform, and there aren't
Yeah.
really a lot of fish that have that.
No.
So I get it. I do get it, but it's just not for me. I don't think. But then I don't understand the allure of things like the black selfin tanks and stuff that they're just tank bred and they're £1 million or whatever. I don't know. There's so many colourful options out there. Why you like even something like a convict has got such colourful interest,
Yeah.
Those bars. What's the one that looks like a convict but like costs as much as a small house?
It's a zebra tank.
Zebra tang. That's the one.
Yeah.
They're really lovely. I've never seen one in
They're
real life.
gorgeous.
Never seen one in
Absolutely
real life.
gorgeous.
Have you seen any? Yeah, you must
Yeah, I
have.
have
done, 'cause you
seen
went
them.
to
I've
Dion
seen them
and
in De Jong, yeah.
that, In De Jong and the suppliers and stuff.
Yeah. There was one for sale.
Is there?
There was. Somebody
Right.
was selling one a couple of weeks ago.
What? Oh yeah. I actually
Yeah.
saw that.
I was like,
Were you tempted?
it's still a bit rich. It
Mm.
was.
What was that? Oh, was someone selling it out of a tank, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was still a bit rich. It was. So.
They're a few quid, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna have a go. And do you know what's really funny? I can't remember mine.
And, you know.
I don't know what's next. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
There's my little slight bit of a sand.
Corchester Goby.
Court Jester goby, otherwise known as Ranford's goby.
Ramford's Goby. Yeah.
Small, nano, lovely. Now, I'll say this. This is the one. Do you remember I said to you before that at least one of these fish is a bit of a but with a bit of an asterisk by it?
Right.
It's well because if you need to see this one feeding in the shop, and you need to know that it is readily taking frozen food, or you need to put it in a really mature tank, because they will eat out of the water column and be very happy. They will eat frozen live Mysis, Artemia, pods, whatever you put in, and be perfectly happy. But if they won't take that frozen food, they need a mature tank with lots of microinverts and stuff like that to thrive. Otherwise, they just waste away.
Yeah.
I had one in a very small tank, and it was the first fish that went into the tank, and it did incredibly well. But I knew before I even put a net on it that it was eating really well. And I fed it on frozen food, and it did absolutely great. But I've also seen them where if they're not eating, it doesn't mean it's a bad fish. It's like a butterfly. Some will take frozen, some will take pellets, some will only eat Aptasia and copepods, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's like that. So if you get one, make sure you see it feeding in the shop. Make sure you know that you can feed it. Otherwise, it's for a mature tank. But for every other reason, it's not like a dragonet. Like it's not going to do badly in a tank just because it's a new tank. It's not randomly just going to decide to fall off the edge of a cliff because it's decided to get sick. It's a pretty solid fish as long as it's eating, and they are lovely. And they are little sleeper goby types. They will take up a mouthful of sand and filter it through the gills, and they don't really dig great big caves. They don't spread it over everything, but they will pick off the sand as well.
Yeah.
And I just like them. I think they're a cute little fish.
They are really nice. They are
Small,
really nice.
Inexpensive, pretty.
Yeah.
Not like us. We're
none
of those things.
Nope.
Go on in, Davey.
My
last
next
one, I think.
Is this my last one?
I think so, yeah. So make it a good one. Make it a good one.
Let me see. So, let me actually, what have I done? I've done clownfish,
bristle tooth, algae blenny, 6-line wrasse.
6-line wrasse. Right, something that's easy. Something that's easy and going kind of any tank. Well, most tanks anyway. Bengal Cardinal.
Bengal Cardinal. I also looked at Bengal Cardinal. Yeah, nice fish.
Yeah.
Bengal Cardinal and could be both. Would you include Pajama Cardinal in that? No, they're different, aren't they?
Yeah.
Everyone thinks
I don't like
really...
Bengal. I don't like the Pajama Cardinal.
Do you not?
I think they're ugly.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's very strange looking there.
Sure.
I don't know what cartoon it reminds me of. Is the Alice in Wonderland where the cat touches something and there's like...
Is this a
repressed
childhood memory that you have that you're traumatized?
But yeah, I just didn't like the movie, so yeah. But
you're petrified by something on a film when you're young.
But I don't know what it is. Is the cat that's in the tree and he's kind of like
Cheshire Cat.
The Cheshire Cat, yeah.
And it kind of like you can only see a bit of it or whatever,
and it kind of blends in, but it's like touches one thing and it absorbs that colour.
Right.
It just reminds me of one of them.
Okay, and that freaks you out.
No, I just don't like Alice in Wonderland.
You scared of comedians?
Yeah. I just hate Alice in Wonderland.
Well, there you go. But
I was in Disneyland there 2 years ago and I wanted to give them mad hard box.
You can't go around Disneyland whacking the actors, mate. That's terrible.
Yeah, true.
Your kids will be traumatized for life. Where's Dad? Yeah. Oh, he's over there punching him in daylights out of the Mad Hatter. For any other reason, and for that reason, I don't know how that equates to I don't like Pajama Cardinals.
But I don't know. It just reminds me. That's why I don't like them. But anyway, Bang Guys are great.
Bang Guys are I like those, And the big pair in our S1000 too.
Yeah,
they're lovely.
They're not a pair. They're two females.
Well, that's why there's no little Ben guys floating around. Yeah, because they breed fairly readily in the home tanks, don't they?
I've been looking for a big male for the one that was in there. Now I can't tell which is which because they're about the same size.
Yeah, they're lovely.
But one of them was laying eggs all the time. Yeah, just nothing to fertilise.
Yeah. Well, if one of those pops up, we'll have to grab it. Yeah. If anyone out there in Ireland has got a large male that Davey could borrow, he'd be very much appreciative. Bengal Cardinal
you have to pay them up for a long time.
Yeah,
I don't want anybody's.
No, fair enough.
You can keep it. Anybody got a breeding pair? Give me them.
Breeding pair, yeah. So Claudio not got a breeding pair. If you asked him,
maybe I'll ask.
You might ask him, yeah, because that'd be quite fun.
Yeah.
Stuff that breeds in tanks is something that happens all the time in trops, but
Yeah.
in saltwater,
Although I'm
very
saying
few
that
and far
now,
between.
somebody's probably listening now and they're gonna go, "Oh, I actually have some."
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we had a customer brought in little Bengals for a while, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
That were there. Mm.
And then I had them in a floating trap up there,
Yeah.
and another customer tipped them,
Yeah.
and the great big unicorn tank came along and ate them
And
all.
went, that'll do. Yeah.
That was like, look at these chunky moises.
Yeah.
Gone.
Gone.
Yeah.
Oh, such is the cruelty of the world, hey? When you're in an
Circle
animal
of life.
environment, it is indeed. I think I've got one more. Can't remember. I have Royal Grammar.
All right.
A fantastic utility fish. Provides the function of feeding your filtration bacteria with ammonia.
Okay.
And that is it. They eat, they go to the toilet, they look pretty.
Yeah.
I like a Royal Grammar, I do. I think they're character fish.
Yeah.
They come. I like the way the bass they open their mouths really wide when they're posturing and gesturing towards other fish, but they're pretty peaceful. And they're too well. In my experience, when I've put Royal Grammars into tanks, I've not found them to be that aggressive.
It's the last fish that goes into a tank.
Really,
I
I've
know
never
a
done
lot
that.
of people that put that fish in first, and it's like I can't get anything else in. It's so aggressive.
Maybe it's because
they get very territorial.
Right. Maybe it's because my bias here comes from the fact that it's been a long time since I've had a small tank, and I've always put them into big tanks, and they always just find their little area and they're happy out, and nothing else bothers them. They don't bother anything else. I did have an orange spot goby that was aggressive to everything for a while.
Really?
Yeah. That thing was mental. I had a fox face that used to beat living daylights out of a powder blue tank.
Ah, well, rabbitfish anyway are.
Yeah, but it was beating up a powder blue. There's always one that'll buck a trend, you know.
Yeah, that's competing for food.
Yeah. Well,
Rabbitfish, they eat so much.
Yeah, they do.
They really do. Like.
Rabbitfish are nice. Yeah, they're almost a slightly more bomb-proof tang. They eat a lot of algae. They do a lot of good work. They look good. They're not quite so illness-prone. Fox faces often get nice and chunky and fat, don't they?
Yeah, they eat a lot of corals.
They can do that.
They can, yeah. I had an amazing.
But then so can a blue tang.
I had an amazing rabbitfish. It was a blue spotted rabbitfish.
Okay.
Don't really see them.
Mm.
And you know what? It was quite a few years ago. I went to a place looking for foxface because I was getting a lot of ulva in the tank.
Right.
I had nothing to get rid of. I couldn't get rid of it, no matter what.
You're getting a lot of what?
You know, the ulva, the type of
okay.
algae.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I thought you said velvet, and I was like,
no.
how is a foxface going to get rid of velvet? Is there
Yeah,
something miraculous in the hobby that I don't know? It's just like the new cleaner rat.
No.
Yeah.
So, and I went anyway, and I was like, couldn't get a foxface, couldn't get a black spot, whatever. And I was offered another type of rabbitfish, and I was like, rabbitfish, I don't know. Then it just goes, all right, I'll try it. And he got massive.
Did he?
Done an amazing
And
job.
it didn't remind you of the little white rabbit in Alice in Wonderland, no?
Here we go. yeah, here we go.
It didn't, you didn't follow it down any rabbit burrows.
No,
or
I didn't.
anything?
I didn't. I never. I wouldn't fit down a hole.
Well, it's magic one day.
Stuck. Yeah, what is it? I'm not that magic.
Get stuck.
My arse sticking out.
Alice in one hand and one end, and the Mad Hatter on the other trying to pull you
Kick,
out.
push.
It wouldn't work, would it? No, fair play.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it didn't put you off them.
No,
That's
not
good.
really.
That's a good thing.
Not really.
Yeah.
I loved it. I
Yeah?
absolutely loved it. It just got too big.
Right.
It was honestly 11, 10 inches.
That's
It was
amazing.
huge. It was.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah. I also brought that to the shop.
Did you? Did that get killed by something else as well?
No, it jumped.
No way.
It jumped. It was like a submarine swimming around.
An
And
11
it literally jumped at
It
it.
just goes to show whatever tank you've got,
Yeah.
put a lid on it.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Talking about putting, yeah, I know.
We never put it in the big
No,
tank.
I know, but that's Eurobraced. It's a little
Yeah.
like it'd have to come out there literally for a dolphin at the middle of the tank to get out of that one, wouldn't it? I tell you what, I want to, and I'm surprised I've gotten away with it so far on the podcast. I know this is the first episode we filmed since, but you so far seem to be letting me get away with my little mistake from the other weekend.
What one?
What one?
I wasn't going to bring it up, but he brought it up.
But
Oh.
I was. Oh no! The reason I was bringing it up was because I have a story that involves having a lid on a tank. How necessary it is.
Oh, I know what
Yeah,
you're talking
you know what
about.
I'm going to talk
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
So
Our buddy.
our buddy, the weedy scorpion fish, second most
Yeah.
venomous fish in the world. Wonderful mascot of the shop and all-round attractor of
Yeah.
customers, etc. He's beautiful. So I happened to, for no apparent reason, that if Davey starts talking about, I'm going to mute his microphone. Was he was happened to be at the shop at 11:30 the other night doing a couple of jobs. Can we leave it at
Why-
that?
why-
No, I can
no,
tell.
why-
No.
Why were you
I'm
here
telling
at 11:30? Right.
Can I tell-
on a Saturday night?
Can I tell the tank lid story
it Saturday
first?
night?
Saturday night at 11:30.
Yeah, go on.
Can I tell the tank lid story
You can
first?
tell the
okay.
tank lid.
So I was here. I was walking around with a head torch on because, for another unrelated reason, it was pitch dark in the shop.
Unrelated.
Totally unrelated. Oh, why did I say anything? And I walked past the tank where the scorpion fish is, and I must have shone the light into the tank as I walked past with my head torch without even thinking, just as I moved my head around. The light obviously caught him, and he absolutely leapt out of the water, up into the air, knocked the lid of his tank 2 inches into the sky, and then fell back down into the tank.
Yeah.
And I thought, thank goodness that fish got a lid on. Because he could have theoretically literally come straight out and hit me, which would have been one problem.
Yeah.
Or he could have just come out of the tank and ended up flapping on the floor, in which case I've got to get a highly venomous fish with 6 venom-filled dorsal spines into a net and back into his tank at 11:30 at night in the pitch dark.
Yeah.
Either way wouldn't have been good. So yeah, there's my little recent tank lid story, and there's absolutely no more to talk about there, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll move on to the next
Are
topic.
you sure now?
Fine. I'll tell
Why
him. I'll
were
tell
you
him.
here?
Fine. Because I decided to throw some salt water onto mix. The last thing I did while I was cashing up the till
Yeah.
at 6 o'clock in the evening.
Okay.
When I filled up our water mixing barrel upstairs, I forgot to close the valve between the upstairs barrel and the downstairs customer drawing barrel, which meant that 500 litres of partially mixed salt water decided to evacuate the upstairs barrel into the already full downstairs barrel while I was cashing the till up, and I didn't know it was happening. So the first sign I got that this was happening was when there was a massive great bang and the till decided to go black. I walked into the room to find approximately 400 litres of partially mixed salt water all over the shop floor and no power apart from on select fish tanks. Turns out that the water was overflowing out of the tank at such force that it was hitting the wall behind the tank, running down into the electrical trunking, which was then tracking back across the shop into the back room where the main ESB fuses and meter is, into an isolator switch enclosure which filled with water to the extent that it banged out 2 of the main 3 phases coming into the shop.
Yeah.
At 6:30 on Saturday night.
All while I was having a lovely pint in the pub.
You were on
I
your
had
day off.
no knowledge
No.
of it.
Jack was at home.
Yeah.
To be fair, Jack was quite insistent on coming out to help me, but I would have felt the only thing that would have been worse in that moment is if I felt like I dragged one of you guys out of your house at 7 o'clock
Yeah.
on a Saturday night. So anyway, I'm.
But you got it sorted.
Well, I mean, you know, as some of you guys who come in here regularly enough know, I have one of the jobs that I've done in my past is as an electrician. So I'm
He's a sparky.
qualified in that field of work and ran a couple of businesses doing that in the UK and in Ireland. And yeah, so fortunately I've got the knowledge and wherewithal to do at least a temporary fix. But it did involve a trip to Kildare Town to get some tools and some testers to make sure I was doing it safely.
Yeah.
And it did involve then a trip to the suppliers on Monday morning and a bit of a nervous Saturday with hoping that everything was going to be okay.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm an idiot. I flood the shop on an almost daily basis, but that was a good one.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I literally shut down 2/3 of the electrics, and oh, not to mention the fact that we've Urban Exotics upstairs full of reptiles. All of his stuff was off. He had no heat, nothing up there either. So there was no option but to fix it.
Yeah.
And it took a long time, and it took a drive to Kildare Town from Dublin. So thank you, Davey, because everyone's going to be on me for that now, even more than they are already.
I didn't bring it up. You brought it up.
Look, if that makes you, if that lets you sleep at night, then
No,
that's fine.
I sleep absolutely fine.
I don't, because I'm normally in the shop
No.
fixing me mess ups.
Yeah.
Oh
But
god,
I love to flood the place, but not like that.
no, and
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, you actually.
I can't stop.
You,
it.
I
It's
think
so
you hold the
annoying.
record for floods.
I can't stop it.
You know, if it's not if it's not the freshwater base,
Oh, it's normally the freshwater
Yeah.
bays. It's normally topping off the freshwater
Yeah.
bays, turning the tap on, forgetting about it, and then looking back and realizing that the sump's overflowing and there's water all over the floor again.
Yeah.
Oh, to the point that it actually annoys me at this stage. You know, now it's like, yeah, it's normally funny, you know, it's a bit of water and stuff, but I'm actually at the point where it's a bit irritating. Do you know what I did the day after?
What?
I went upstairs to do the salt water again, thinking, right, no mistakes, no mess ups. I'm not going to have, and Jack doesn't even know about this because I'm so embarrassed. I turned the water on to go from the RO barrel into the salt barrel. Sat down to reply to a message on my phone or something. Got distracted, forgot the barrel was filling up. Didn't realise until there was water at my feet. I overfilled the barrel. So, and then
Upstairs.
upstairs.
You
And
know
then I
what?
came down and it's dripping through the floor into the storeroom downstairs.
You know what, right?
Oh,
The other day I went upstairs,
yeah.
right? And I goes to Jack, oh, I have to mix salt here. I'm gonna have to show some in.
Mm.
And him and Darren were doing something. I took a load of bags out, that were up there, and I was like, Jesus, it must have been spilling over it. But that explains it.
I,
So you,
I-
so you drowned at the floor.
do you
as
know
well.
what? I can't do jobs involving it's because I get distracted all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I've more than one person in my life told me that there's actually something wrong with my brain in that respect, that I cannot concentrate on things. And I've started to think it might be true. Because honestly, I cannot do water things. I literally just have to sit there and watch the water flow until it's done. Because I will
Yeah.
not come back to it. In my brain, I'll be like, I'll come back to that in a minute. I'll just bag that fish for that guy, and then I'll come back. I can't do it.
Yeah.
It just goes everywhere.
Now, I don't think I've
That's
ever
good
done
to
it
hear.
as bad, but I have gotten into the habit of if I'm doing something, I'll make sure everything's off before I walk away.
Yeah, you have to.
You know, yeah. Big
Well,
time.
I have to do a checklist now. I have to walk down those trot bays at least twice before I leave the shop in the evening. After that one time that I turned the sump on the trot bay to fill and then went home, left it on.
I've
I
done that.
turned round halfway back and came back up to the shop because I knew that there was water going all over the floor.
Yeah,
And of
I've
course,
done
the
that.
fish aren't going to tolerate that level of temperature change. They're not gonna like it. By the time now, we're always treating the water as it goes in. They're safe in the bay to make sure that the chlorine and chloramines isn't a problem. But that cold temperature of tap water, it'll do for a 30-40% water
Yeah.
change, but it's not going to tolerate it all night long. You got no choice. You have to come back. Like,
Yeah.
Anyway, we digress. But
Well, I've done it a few times, so it's
yeah.
not only you.
the fun of working on a fish shop. Thank goodness that we don't have any form of auto top off on the Coral Bay.
Yeah.
Because if we had a tap going into there to top off evaporation or anything, honestly,
Yeah.
I would have killed everything and got the sack. That we
We did-
wouldn't
we
be
did
sitting
have
here
it.
right now.
We did have it
we
before.
would not be sitting here.
We did have it before.
Did
we
you?
did
In
have
this
one-
shop or at Eastwood?
Yeah, in here.
Did you?
In here, yeah. We
You-
never had it in Eastwell.
Right.
We always manually topped off.
Yeah. So you had to turn the tap on, top the RO off, turn it
Yeah.
off again. Oh, I'd be
Yeah.
petrified.
Yeah.
That bay's
Um,
packed.
Mm.
The largest area of Coral Bay in the country, as far as I'm aware. It's full.
Yeah.
Like we just annihilate it all with one water.
What we used to do in the East Wall was we would have a 25-litre drum that we used to fill every morning,
Right.
and we would literally just replace that every morning.
Mm.
And at like whatever the time it was, there was a dosing pump. It was actually a Reef Factory dosing pump, the big
Right.
one.
Oh yeah.
It was for doing
big
the
old
water
Pro one,
changes.
yeah.
We used to set that go off once a day and pump 25 litres of water into the tank.
That's a good
And
idea.
that was the kind of rough evaporation. Then just in the
Mm.
morning, it was a matter of just testing the salinity, correcting it, and off you go.
That's a good idea.
It was a lot bigger system then.
Yeah, yeah.
It was.
I like the fact that we just have to get a bucket of water and pour it in, because that works. I don't mind
Yeah.
doing that 2 or 3 times a day. It's fine.
No, it's
It's
not
better
too
than
bad.
forgetting and messing it up.
Yeah.
And the return
is.
chamber's only so big. There's not on what have we got there? Like several thousand, 3,500 litres.
Yeah.
There's not that much salinity swing with
No,
just the
there's
return
not
chamber.
really, no.
Not noticeable.
Well,
Not noticeable.
no.
You can
It
test
is-
it with its full and empty, and it doesn't change.
It still goes through about 20 litres a day.
Oh, it goes through a lot, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
But as a percentage, it's reasonably small.
Yeah.
Should we talk about some beginner corals now?
Yep, we might
Done
as
our
well.
fish list. Do you know what I'll do, right? I think for this one, we'll go through the 5 that I've got pictures of, and you can add any others that you think might be suitable.
Yeah, come on.
Does that work?
Or
So
can
we
I,
can-
can I, because I think I know.
Yeah, no, we'll both talk about them.
Yeah.
We'll talk about each one. And whether
Yeah.
you might disagree with me. You might be like, that's a stupid choice.
Yeah.
And you might have other ones.
But there's a lot of whoa.
Bung.
There's a lot of corals that people call beginners. So I don't agree with.
I'm sure there are.
I
Yeah,
like-
and there's a couple that I thought about putting on here, but I don't call it a beginner coral.
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
have a look. Let's have a look. So, number 1. Gold nugget hammer. Now that right, I'll tell you now. This, in fact, do you know what? That probably wouldn't have been the first one of the beginner ones.
It's not a beginner coral.
Oh, come on.
It's not a beginner coral.
Right, look over your
Because
shoulder.
It doesn't matter how it
grow,
grows.
we grow that stuff faster than
I
we
know
can
we
move
grow
it on.
loads of it. It can
It's
be
insane.
everywhere.
It grows like a weed.
But it's an hammer
I've-
coral LPS. There's a lot of people that'll go, I can't grow hammer corals. My hammer corals don't do well in my tank.
But that's because there's going to be either a trace missing or the stability's an issue or something along those lines.
Yeah, but that's when you get really technical and it's not beginners.
Are we talking? There's 2 ways of looking at this: beginner coral or new tank. Because I've run tanks very successfully where I've put in massive amounts of Euphilia before any other corals,
Mm-hmm.
and they've done fine.
If
Now-
you're dosing,
I'm testing their stability. There's dosing based on consumption of calcium, not consumption of alkalinity. Can't dose based on alkalinity for the first 6 months of the
Mm.
life of a tank. Talk about that another day.
Yeah.
You have to dose
It-
on
like-
calcium.
I will agree it can be one of the first corals that can go into a tank.
Mm.
But when it's time to put a hammer coral into your tank, I think it's then when it's like, right, I really need to start looking after things.
Mm.
And for me,
But don't you think you should be doing that from the start?
yeah, but like when it comes to like I think it takes people a lot of time to kind of get their head around keeping their nitrate a bit stable, keeping their whatever, like. But
Yeah.
and then when it comes to like dosing and stuff like that,
Mm.
people getting their head around like, how do I balance my KH? How do I balance my magnesium? How do I balance my calcium
But of all
without
the,
going into
but it's
traces
a
and stuff
tolerant
like that?
coral for those things.
Yeah,
It is. I mean, look, I haven't got hologram hammer on here. I haven't got frog spawn, octospawn, torches.
Yeah.
I'm talking specifically about gold nugget hammer. Because in my experience, certainly the strain and variety that we've got, you could chuck salt in the bog, it'll grow. Like, that stuff's crazy.
Mm,
Maybe I'm
Yeah.
wrong. This is all for discussion rather than, we're no
Yeah.
authority on any of this stuff. Well, you're much more on corals than I am. So yeah.
all right.
Now, here's a question, because otherwise you're only going to rip me for the next choice, possibly. Are you saying LPS entirely in general as a complete and utter overall
Most LPS.
most LPS? Okay.
Most LPS.
Okay. Well, let's see.
Because what are you gonna throw in? You're gonna throw in chalice or something like that.
Torch.
Torch.
No, there's no torch.
One of the hardest
No
corals to keep.
torch. I know, it's up there with SPS. There's no torch.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't want to go. Whey. What's that? It's not what you think it is.
It's not a Kenya tree.
It's not.
Is it a cult coral?
It is a cult coral.
Yeah, there we go.
Mm.
So it's I actually don't know the Latin name. Well, I
No,
do
I
know
don't.
the Latin name, but I couldn't tell you.
I don't know any of the Latin names, just so you know,
Right,
in
right.
advance. I'm not very good on Latin names. Well, I'm alright with reptile Latin names. I'm not very good with marine stuff. Which
Right.
is a bad idea, seeing as I work in a marine shop and not a reptile shop.
No, there's
Um,
so many different types of letters.
Do you know what? Right, cult coral for me. There's a reason that cult coral specifically is on there, because I don't actually think that Kenya tree is a brilliant beginner coral.
Right.
Because, and that being said, if someone comes in and says, I've literally just set up a tank and I want to see if something will live in it, then a bit of Kenya tree can be the way to go. Our Kenya tree in the tank above my shoulder, I don't know if I can actually show
Yeah.
it. It's the great big green thing there.
Well, that's
Right.
that's a different type one.
I know, but it's Kenya tree. It is a
Right.
Kenya tree.
Right.
Is it creating great big bubble stems and shooting off, in inverted commas, babies into the water column every 5 minutes?
No.
No. Why?
I don't know.
Because the
don't
water
think-
conditions are good.
No, that no.
No. Stop it.
In that tank, nope.
There's stability. There's enough light.
Yeah.
There's enough flow. Do you reckon they've got enough nutrients? Probably.
Yeah,
They've
no,
probably got enough
definitely.
nutrients.
Oh, they do,
They've
they do,
definitely
they
got enough
do.
nutrients.
Let's tell them the nutrients,
Let's
will we?
not do that.
Let's
Hey,
do
you've
it.
been looking after that tag. You can tell them if you
No,
want.
no, no, no.
I'm no,
I haven't been looking.
that's the point,
That's the
isn't it?
problem. That's why it looks
the
so
point.
good.
It's thriving on neglect. Put it that
Yeah.
way. That leather there is insane. It's one of the happiest leather corals I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's so big.
And on paper, that tank should be dead, but it isn't. So anyway, let's talk about that another day. It's not for today. The
Yeah.
reason why I don't think Kenya tree is the best coral is because, in general, when you put Kenya tree into a tank where the conditions aren't ideal, it splits and it
Stresses,
shoots off little
splits.
bits of it. And people think
Yeah.
that it's having babies because it's happy, and it gives people this indicator. And it's exactly the same with bubble tip nems.
Yeah.
My bubble tip nem is split. Now I've got 15. Isn't this wonderful?
That's
It's having
different.
babies. It
I
must
think
be
it's
really
different
happy.
when it comes to them.
All it's trying to do is save its own life. It's
Yeah.
going, conditions are so bad here that I might die. Therefore, I need to shoot off replications of myself into the water current in the hope that I land somewhere that's more favourable. And the problem with that, with Kenya tree, is that number one, people end up with a tank absolutely full of it. And number two, they mistakenly think, my tank's doing great. I don't need to do any more work on it. Everything's going fine. I can bang it full of a whole bunch of other corals. And it's
Yeah.
not the way, is it? Kenya tree splits when its conditions are not the
Yeah.
best for it. So you
And a lot of
don't want it splitting.
Like a lot of people say, I have loads of Kenya tree, but nobody says I have a massive Kenya tree.
Exactly. And when
nobody-
they
like-
do, they've got a
Like a
Kenya
big
tree.
piece of it, like
No,
a massive
No,
piece.
and it grows huge.
All one, and they can go huge.
yeah.
That's the thing.
But Colt, for me, that to be honest is not the best picture of a Colt. The one in the tank there, which is actually just behind
It's
you.
actually
No
closing
one's
down.
going to be able to see that. But yeah, it's all
It's
that
close
tank's
down.
all
It's not.
shutting
It's
down
usually a
for
bit taller.
Yeah, it's a really nice kind of purpley color. There's a bit of pink to it. You can get them in a nice little sort of grey color as well. That one's a bit of your pinky kind of Kenya tree type color.
Yeah.
But they come in a couple of different colors, and they're not so keen on splitting. They don't grow like weeds. They don't take over a whole entire tank. I like Colt corals as softies. I think they're
Yeah,
nice.
they're nice. Yeah.
So, next one.
Duncan's.
You agree or not?
I do.
Do you?
I do.
Because LPS,
But
forgiving LPS.
no, I'm not forgiven.
Okay, let me rephrase that. It's what you might call a canary coral.
Right.
It's going to show, and this is a reasonably popular assumption about a Duncan's coral, which is your Duncan's coral is going to give you an indication if there's something in the tank that's wrong,
Yeah.
quickly and without being terminally dead.
Yeah.
If you change it and get the conditions right again, it will be fine. It'll grow. It'll have massive amounts of multiple heads. The coral that I've most, apart from SPS aside, because SPS, once you get the conditions right, grows like an absolute weed. The coral that I can say has grown from literally a 1 or 2 head frag into 50, 60 heads in a reasonably short period of time
Yeah.
in tanks that I've owned is a Duncan's coral.
Yeah.
Obviously SPS aside, because that stuff grows like literally out the water if your conditions are right. But Duncan's, yeah, I like it. It's fluffy, it's floaty, it looks nice, it looks good under blue lights. It grows well.
Yeah.
And it gives you a good indication that things are right
It
in your
does,
tank.
It does.
You know, we'll come in and look in the tank, and if the Duncan's closed, we're like, something's up.
Yeah.
But you can fix it.
Yeah.
If that happens with a torch, the torch spends 2 days or 3 days sulking. By the time you get conditions right, you might have lost that torch.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I really like about Duncan's,
Mm.
and I don't think we should do it a lot. Like, but do you ever feed one?
I haven't fed one at home, but I've fed them here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they swell up.
Yeah. They're cool. They
Yeah.
almost turn inside out and yeah.
Well, they blow up like a balloon.
Yeah.
They do with their body. Like, it's really nice.
Yeah, they're great.
You know, but I think people will kill a Duncan because of this.
Mm.
Because it's like, oh, look at it's eating today.
Oh, because they're going to
I'll
feed
give it
and feed
again now in
feed
2 days.
Right.
But to be honest, that's for me doing something like that to them.
Mm.
It's a once a week
Right.
kind of thing.
Right.
Once every 2 weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
You know.
Nice.
But yeah,
So yeah, Duncan's coral. I don't mind it as a beginner early tank type of an LPS coral. And see, this is the other thing as well. Coming at this from the side of people who talk to people about tanks and new tanks literally every day of our lives at work. How many times do people come in and go, oh, yeah, but I've got soft corals.
yeah,
I want something a bit more now.
Yeah.
That would be kind of where I'd be going. Duncan's, Goldhammer, Trumpet, even, something along those lines. So there you go.
Yeah.
Duncan's.
Can I guess your next one?
How many have we done now? 3?
Yeah.
Colt, Gold Nugget, Duncans. So there's 2 more left. I've got. Yeah, I can remember what they are.
Right.
Go on then.
Now,
What's...
these are easy to keep, Eddie.
These ones are about as classic as it gets.
Right, so it's gonna be.
Oh, and I can't remember which one's next, by the way.
Is it Zoas?
Zoas? It might be.
There you go. I just had a feeling. Yeah.
Oh, how could you talk about beginner corals without talking about Zoas? I've only got 2 downsides to Zoas.
Go on.
Number one is they can potentially be quite toxic if you take them out of the water without wearing the appropriate PPE. Boys and girls, make sure you're always wearing glasses and gloves when you're handling Zoas.
I always do that.
You absolute liar.
I don't, and
The fact that this man's still alive, and we shouldn't even talk about this. This is like literally, Where Davey
I
always
used to frag Zoas. That
with your teeth.
Right, so we're looking at that colony there.
Yes.
I would get every one of them in an individual head off and have it on a frag.
Do you know what I love?
I used to literally take that out of water and I would cut each individual head off.
Right.
You know, and it take you hours.
But you know Zoas. You used
all
to,
over you.
You used to grow Zoas, and
yeah, you grow loads.
Zoas was your thing, wasn't it, back in the day? I love Zoas. I tell you what, right? Looking at that now, do you see? And I can only point the screen, so no one at home has any idea what I'm pointing at. But do you see those ones? What are they called?
The radioactive
dragonite. So they're kind of if you go bottom left, there's the green ones with the orange center. Directly above those, there's ones with green skirt, green middle, and kind of a purpley rim.
The green ones with the orange center are called gorilla nipples. I think it's gorilla nipples anyway.
Fabulous. But those real neon toxic green babbleiai, shortcake,
radioactive
dragon
nice.
monkey, whatever they're called, plastic bag, sandal, slippers. I can't. The names for all these things just drives me crazy.
Some of the names are cool.
Oh my god, they are cool, but oh my god, talk about a way to stick 50 quid or something. Just give it a name. Anyway, that's a debate for another day. Named Zoas and named. Listen, I'm not all about it. Anyway, those ones I think they're lovely. And when you see, we had a big rock of them in the shop a little while ago, and under the blue lights, they just look shimmery. They all kind of mold to one. It almost looks a bit like, I don't know, like a really nice favite or something. Like it just looks stunning. I really love those. They are really nice. One of my favorite Zoas for sure. Easily grown. And Zoas, I know that they can be one way or the other. They can, some of the more expensive ones, they can just melt away on you. You can spend a lot of money on a couple of polyps and they melt away.
It's just conditions with them.
Yeah.
You know, certain Zoas like different conditions.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of what is there in that picture are all your kind of easier to keep.
Well, I mean, that's a picture of a garden. Like.
Yeah, but they are cheap coral. They're cheap Zoas.
Yeah.
They are like €5 a head, kind of cheap.
But they're lovely.
Yeah, no, they are nice. But then when you do get into your more kind of colourful Zoas that are like just brighter, you know, they require different conditions.
Sure.
A lot more flow.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
You know.
More flow.
A lot more flow. They'll need because they're usually smaller heads. You know, they'll take a bit higher light as well. You know, I think Jamie was telling me before there was like one of these brown Zoas. I don't know what one it was, and he moved it up into like really high par over weeks or something like that.
Right.
And it was up at like 500 par or something like that.
Right.
And he said and then he took a picture of it. He says it was one of the best looking corals ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It really was.
A lot of these softies do that. We've got some soft corals in the tank behind us. That Kenya tree's right up next to the SPS in there.
The guy from Signature Frags in the UK was saying that all the SPS, no matter what SPS comes out of the ocean, if he gets it under proper conditions, it'll have loads of colours. It'll look amazing. He says it all the time. Like it doesn't matter if it's brown. He says eventually it'll turn into something beautiful. Like
very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's funny as you were talking about Zoas there, and I was thinking about my second downside, apart from the fact that they can kill you. That's a bit of an exaggeration. They're not that bad, but you know what I mean. You got to be careful with them from a toxicity point of view. I actually came up with a few more downsides to Zoas.
Right, go on.
One being that if they do well, they can do too well. and they can take over your whole entire tank. The other one being, if you get a garden like that, there's a good possibility that one type of zoa will predominate and will outcompete the others, and you'll end up with a rock with only one type of zoa on. So you got to be quite careful about placement. And then the other one being is that people seem to think the zoas are an investment. That they're going to buy a zoa for, like, okay, so take for example a stratosphere. We were talking about this the other day.
I think Stratosphere has lost its value completely.
Oh my goodness! I mean, like, what were you saying when strats first came to this country? How much people were paying for a strat?
5,000 euros.
5,000 euros. And how much were we selling those ones that came from Dream Corals for the other day?
30 euros.
30 euros.
Yeah.
You know, they've literally reduced by.
And it's only in the last, say, 5 years.
Year and a half ago, they were 180 quid a polyp.
Yeah.
And now you can get 2 or 3 polyps on a nice plug looking healthy for 30 quid.
Yeah.
So when you see these, this is the problem, and it's the same with some SPS. I think when a new strain of something comes in, it's popular, but for the most part, unless you're literally, it's not even stuff we'd see until it's too late. But unless you're seeing this stuff coming in and you're getting it when it's actually new, by the time you see it at a really high price, it's already too late. Because there's already a whole bunch of other people who are ahead of you in terms of propagating them, making them popular, getting loads of them, because that's how you got it in the first place. By the time you come to, and it was exactly the same with everything in this kind of hobby and this sort of area of life, if you like. Like, for example, ball pythons, you know, there's genetics and genes that give you different color morphs. And it was always the way that if you could buy a snake for $5,000, by the time you've got that snake breeding, the people who sold you that snake have sold so many of them that they have almost no value. It's crazy. So I like a zoa. I think zoa is one of the best beginner corals. I think everyone should have 4 or 5 different types of zoas in a nice little beginner tank. I think it's nice. Is that Jake?
I don't know. Maybe it is.
We're in trouble. Either that, we're getting broken into.
Oh, he's trying to get. He's okay in the door.
No, because Jack came out last.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Jake.
How are you?
He's shushing himself because last time he came in while we were recording, he said something entirely inappropriate from a distance. It's a good job. It's a
good job nobody can hear him.
It's a good job no one can see him. That's for sure. What are you doing? You're dropping off bugs. That's not what I was talking about, and you know it.
Oh God!
All right,
definitely don't want to hear that.
No, we definitely don't. Good to see you, mate. Talk to you in a minute. So yeah, so anthers, I like zoas. They fill a tank nicely, and they give you such a lovely pop of colour.
Yeah, absolutely.
And aside from the fact that they're toxic, expensive, and take over your whole tank, there's nothing wrong with them whatsoever.
They don't take over.
Yeah, I was joking.
Yeah. Right, go ahead. Next. Next.
Oh, something just dry. I couldn't hear myself for a second then. I think it's come back. Last one then. The last coral I have, and then if you've got any more, you can chip in. We're getting towards time though. Soccer fighting leathers. Why not?
Get too big.
But then you can chop them up. You can't.
Not a good idea.
You
not
can't
a good idea.
kill these corals.
No, I think but them corals can kill everything.
Oh, if they
die, when you cut them up, and I tell you, this. I have a pet peeve about these. I don't think they're bigger than a coral. You get too big for the tank.
Okay. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but like that can potentially.
That is enormous.
That can get that size in. I don't think people can see what we're pointing at, are we?
Well, I mean, it's behind me, and it's the size of my head, and it's further away from the camera.
Something like that can get really big, and then like you'll get one that's like small size.
Yeah.
Somebody will sell it to someone and say, look, it's a great beginner coral. It's going to do amazing in your nano tank.
Probably, well, not in a nano tank.
But like, that's
yeah, but that's up to us to educate people when they come into the shop and say, yeah, but it's going to get too big. So make sure it's on a rock that you can remove, because you're going to need to bring it back to me in 6 months and trade it for a smaller one.
And this is why I'd say it's not really beginner.
The only downside I can
you'll grow it, no problem growing it.
Yeah. So then swap it out.
Yeah,
it's the modern world of reefing is that stuff goes in and out. You're lucky to get a colony of anything. People like to see stuff grow. People like to look at a coral and go, that was bigger than it was when I bought it, because they feel like they're succeeding, and I think that's a good thing. The extent that you can't kill these things, the ones on you remember we had that one growing kind of in the middle?
Yeah.
And we needed to move it. It was in the wrong place, but it was growing over about 3 different rocks. So with absolute meticulous care and precision, we tore it off the rock. Well, it was a little bit more delicate than that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Kind of got the fingers under it and worked our way along and got the coral off the rock, ran some carbon, make sure the tank's all good, observed it, etc., all that kind of stuff, because we wanted that coral out. So where the smudge of coral was left behind on the rock from where we pulled the coral off the rock, there is now 5 brand new, beautifully, perfectly formed sarcophyte leathers growing where it was left behind. And that's mad. We literally left a scraping of coral on the rock left behind from where we pulled the coral off. And there's loads of little ones growing out of it. That you can't kill that stuff. At the end of the world, all that's going to be left after the nuclear holocaust is sarcophyte and leathers, cockroaches, and David Attenborough.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like you cannot. It just does so well in pretty much all conditions. And I get that. That's why you're saying it's a bad thing as well. And I get that.
Yeah.
You put one in a 48-litre nano and it'll grow. It'll be pushing the glass out within a few months' time. But if you keep it on a rock that you can pull out, you can take it back to the shop and you can say, "I've got this big one. Can I swap it for a small one?" And we'll go, "Yeah, of course you can."
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. You got any others?
Or
See, there's one
easy corals.
Well, I mean, beginner corals along that line. There's a couple of ones that are notable by their lack of being in that list. Like, for example, GSP.
Yeah.
I think GSP is an absolutely horrific beginner coral.
Have you got a picture of it? Is that what you got?
No, I haven't got a picture of it. No,
Yeah.
I paused because my mic went silent.
Right.
But it was all good. No, the problem for me with GSP is that while it's out and looking fluffy and lovely, it looks amazing. But all that happens is a hermit crab needs to walk over it and annoy it, or a trace element needs to become deficient, and it's closed for a month. And then all you've got is this purple mat that doesn't do anything. And by the time you pull it out, you think it's dead. Every now and then you can see a tiny little glimmer of green when it just shows a little bit of a thing. Or it does so well that it literally spreads like a weed and covers your whole entire tank.
Yeah.
And these, I don't know, I think when you know, this back wall GSP type thing that people like to try and do, get it to grow on the glass. See you later, Jake. You're not saying goodbye to me.
Love you.
Love you. Goodbye, mate.
See you later. Kisses.
We're far too close at this shop.
We are. Man, people don't.
Not in that way. Not in that way.
Jake's a great guy. He didn't do that.
No, he doesn't, does he? No.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So
yeah, GSP I don't rate as a beginner coral for that reason. It either grows everywhere or it doesn't open at all.
It's okay.
I like it. It looks nice. I just don't think it's. I think you need your trace elements right. You need your flow right, and it needs to be isolated on an island. And
it does need to be isolated unless you want to just cover everywhere. Like, you know.
You got any others to throw into that mix?
Mushrooms.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I looked at mushrooms.
I'm surprised you didn't say mushrooms because mushrooms will be one.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Which one, out of interest, which of the 5 would you knock off that list to replace it with mushrooms? Gold nugget.
Gold nugget.
Yeah, I thought you would. Yeah, that's probably should be the 5th one rather than the first one in that list. If they're at all, you're probably right. Euphyllia is probably a stupid.
No, I am right.
Coral. Yes, Davey's always right. Yes,
no,
yes,
okay.
You are. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. No, look, they are easy to keep, but I just think you need to have all your eggs in a basket, and it'll do well for you.
But mushrooms are good, and they grow all over the place if you get them right.
Yeah.
And you can get some really nice ones that genuinely do grow a lot of.
Yeah.
Or do you?
If you really want a tank filler for mushrooms, like it's Anidiscosoma, like.
Mm.
You know.
Are you a fan of a bounce mushroom?
I don't mind them.
Do you not?
No, I don't mind them.
I quite like a bounce mushroom.
They're quite nice.
Yeah. I think I think they were, when they first became available, they were insanely overpriced.
They still kind of are.
Yeah, but
nobody buys them.
Well, no,
not many people buy them. I don't think the European market for them isn't as big as the US. Like.
US market.
But in saying that now, if something comes along, I was looking at a video from some girl. She was in Reefer Palooza, and she was going around looking for specific types of mushrooms and stuff like that.
Right.
And there was some Frankenstein mushrooms. So do you know
Okay.
that this is
Mm-hmm.
the scare tap bubbles?
Yeah, yeah,
There was some
yeah.
really nice ones of them.
Really.
Oh man, they looked
Are they
amazing.
that we had one in here a little while ago?
We did have them. We
Yeah.
have them from time to time. Like,
Yeah, they're really
yeah,
nice.
they are really, really nice.
Yeah,
Like,
I
but
agree with you.
so it's the OG bounce and stuff like that. Like,
Mm,
they're quite nice. Like,
yeah, I like the little recordias that we've got in the bay at the moment. They look
some
beautiful.
of them are cool.
They're
Yeah,
really cool. They're fluorescent orange.
yeah,
A couple of those ones are unreal.
yeah.
I wasn't a fan of those. What were the the Jawbreakers?
You're not a fan of them?
Nah,
Mm,
green and insanely expensive.
Yeah.
The red ones were nice. The ones that were much more red. And
You
what I
get the
don't
gold
understand
ones as
about,
well and yellow.
but do you know when you look at the pictures of them, they all look really gold and yellow. And when you actually look at them, unless you've got the lighting exactly the same way, they kind of go green. But they are
Mm,
nice.
yeah.
They are nice. Okay, we're going to throw something different out there now. So we've got our. Let's just try very quickly back to fish. I want two answers. Number one, what is your all-time? I know you said convict town, so you can't have convict town. Got to pick a different one. What is your all-time favorite reefing fish? And if you had to pick the worst fish for beginners, and I know there are so many, it's insane, but let's say the worst fish for beginners that people popularly think is a beginner fish, what would that be? So favorite fish and then worst beginner fish that is a beginner fish.
Favorite fish will be. And I can't pick convict tank.
Nope,
All right.
because you already have. So you have to say number two.
I really like the what type of wrasse? I like wrasse.
Mm.
So I think my favorite type of fish, and just because I had one for so long, was it was a fairy wrasse. It was like I think people call it a sea fighter.
Okay.
It was like a ruby
Mm.
wrasse. It was
Mm.
pretty much red with a white belly. Has really long fins at the bottom. I just really like that fish.
Right.
I
Cool.
don't know why.
Yeah, savage.
And a cheap fish, really cheap.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
nice. Nice.
you can get it for like €40,
Yeah.
45 euros. or
Nothing
something
like a
that.
good wrasse.
You don't see them
Some
anymore.
wrasses
But
are
I don't
amazing.
see the type of one anymore
Mm.
now.
Mm.
You know, so now I'm at the saying, oh, they're cheap. They're only at like €45. I'd be like, oh, there they are for sale now, and like
Yeah,
90
yeah,
now.
yeah, sure, yeah.
I haven't
I
paid
know
them
these
in a
things
long time.
fluctuate all the time. Don't
I haven't
they?
seen them
They
in a long
fluctuate
time.
a lot.
Like, yeah.
I'll do mine then, and then we'll go on to our worst beginner fish, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yep.
So I'm not going to say, I'm going to give myself the same rule and not mention Hell Freaky Firefish that I talked about earlier as my favorite fish, and I'm going to say, yeah, Centropage orantia, golden angelfish. I've always loved dwarf angels.
Yeah.
When I was first in the hobby a long, long time ago, the goal for me was a flame angel, and I never actually I've never owned a flame angel. Do you know that? And it's because when I was doing the hobby back in the day, I could not afford one of those fish. Shouldn't be in the hobby if you can't really, but I
Yeah.
couldn't afford one. You know, I just looked at them in a fish shop all the time and thought they were amazing. So what I would have is a coral beauty. And I love coral beauties. I think coral beauties are absolutely amazing. And for me, a golden angelfish. I like shyer stuff, like Hell Freaky Firefish, golden angelfish. For me, it's a really nice, uncommon, interesting, and yet recognizably centropage fish. It's not easy to get. It's not cheap. It's not easy to care for.
Yeah.
It's all of the things that you don't want a fish to be.
Yeah.
But I just think they're stunning. I could watch one of those pottering around all day long, in and out of rock work, in a little tank, picking away at bits and pieces. Yeah, I think they're savage. I think they're lovely.
Yeah. And you don't see many reef tanks with angelfish. That
I've only ever seen two of those actual golden angelfish in my whole entire life.
Right.
In live, I've seen hundreds of pictures,
Yeah.
videos. I watched them for ages. I saw one in a fish shop a while ago, and then the other one is the tank bred that's in my QT in my home at the moment. Still there with no tank to go and live in. He's going to be in QT until
Forever.
yeah,
for life.
until we get another brand of tanks.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Just all you need is a box of water in it.
A box with water in it.
Yeah.
I like that. That's very
That's all you
good.
need. Yeah.
We'll get a box of water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a box of water.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. We'll look into that.
Yeah.
Go on. The worst beginner fish that is called a beginner fish. and then we're done.
Beginner fish.
Yes. Like for example, everyone says it's a beginner fish, but you think it's a terrible beginner fish. Do you want me to go first?
Go on.
Damsels. Staffed idea. Well, but
Yes or
going
no?
into a shop and buying a
Yes or no,
15
it
quid
depends.
yellowtail damsel, 1, maybe 2 if you're lucky, and using them to start off your 100 litre, 150 litre marine tank into which you want to put lots of pretty little colourful fish is a daft idea. You are going to be in the shop going, can I borrow a fish trap or a stick or a shotgun within about 6 months, because you're going to be desperate to remove this little bully.
Yeah.
They are terrible fish. If you've got a massive, massive reef tank with SPS in it and you want to fill the centre of the thing with a fish, put 50 of them in. Fantastic fish.
Yeah.
2 in a beginner small tank, you're never putting another fish in there that's going to live. And yet they're marketed as beginner fish because they're easy, they don't die, and they're cheap and they're small.
They're just a pure hardy fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the downsides for me, I'd sooner have someone put green chromis, despite the Uranima issue, clownfish, despite the massive commonality. Oh, can I say one more?
Go on.
One more, and this is a pet peeve, and it's not a it's not.
You're gonna
even,
take my fish now. Watch.
Am I? You do yours first then.
No, go on. Go on.
You sure?
Yeah.
Dory. Was that going to be yours?
No, definitely not.
Dory, a blue tang, is not a beginner fish.
No.
In any way, shape, and form. There are very few tanks that it's a good idea to keep one of those fish in, but because of Finding Nemo, they are sold at the size of a euro coin in their hundreds, in pairs, into 48-litre tanks, to complete and utter beginners who have no idea what they're buying apart from the fact that it's a dory.
And it's one of the reasons we don't really
And
buy
it's
them.
irresponsible. We don't stock them.
We don't really know. No.
No.
Get them
absolutely
from
not.
time to time.
If someone comes in and says, I want a baby blue tang so I can grow it up into my 200
I'd rather get one in for one.
then we'll get one in for someone.
Yeah.
But 50 of them in a bay in the shop? No way. You're just feeding the cartoon chasers. It's not
yeah,
right.
it really is.
I consider that to be crossing the line of
It is.
what is a good idea to
And
sell to
like
people.
they are such a nice fish. They're
Oh,
such
they're
a beautiful fish.
beautiful. They're
You know.
stunning.
But yeah, it's just they're not a
No.
beginner fish.
No. The amount of how
No.
many people have we had come into the shop going, my tank's in an absolute state. What have you got in there? Oh, I've got a clown. I've got a clownfish. I've got a little dory. Oh, that's going to outgrow that. Ah, yeah, no, but I can pull it out when it's bigger. We've
Yeah.
had this conversation.
Yeah. And they don't.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Well, they don't live that long. They just spot up and die, or they get so stressed because they're in a small box that they stop eating and they have problems, or they're
They
not fed
become
enough
aggressive.
nori. They become aggressive, and they can eat corals. If a tang's ever going to turn on corals, chances are it's going to be a blue.
Yeah.
It's just a seriously bad. If anyone that's a beginner out there is tempted to go and get a Nemo and a Dory pair, don't do it, guys.
I had a blue tang that used to always go after whatever coral it could find. It could pull off, like, so it'd break the glue that it was glued onto,
Mm.
and just swim around the tank with it and drop
Really?
it. Drop it. He used to always do it. He used to
Carrying it
wreck
round.
my head.
Wow,
It was like he'd do a load of redecorating for its own area.
wonderful. I love it.
Oh, it's just an arsehole.
Go on, what was your awful beginner fish?
Sand sips and gobies.
Yeah,
It really is, and there's so many of them sold.
yeah.
I know so many of them are sold them and put into a tank right at the start
Mm.
to keep their sandbed clean.
Yes.
There's just not enough fill for them.
No.
There
And
really
people
isn't.
get them when they get the ugly stage of
However,
in terms of diatoms.
You can put one into a tank if you have. I think if people start with live sand, you have a better chance of them.
Mm.
You know, and I've tested the theory out with one of our maintenance customers.
Mm.
She wanted a sand sip and goby,
Okay.
and we literally put like say 40 pounds of live sand in,
Yep.
and I think 2-3 weeks later we put a sand sift and goby in
Mm.
after the tank being running, and I'd say what now, that's about 6-7 months now,
Right.
and
It's flying.
it looks fatter than ever.
Mm.
And I do think it's down to just having a live
It
sand.
wasn't a dry rock start, was it? Though you had rock from another tank. You were moving.
No, there
was
is
that
the-
originally? Was
well,
it?
sure, I made the scape area out of Marco.
Yeah, but there was rock out of
A
her,
little
out of
bit,
her
a
previous
little
life.
bit.
There was some existing
Yeah.
live rock. There was a bit of biome. There was
That
some
was about
microcrustaceans. There was.
was
It
about
wasn't
a
full of dry
year.
Marco and live sand.
No,
No, there was a bit
no.
more
I think
mature.
the sandbed. Actually don't know how long the sandbed was.
Mm.
And I didn't use any of the old sandbed either.
Do you know what, I could actually add to that and expand on that a little bit for stuff that people put in at the wrong time, because I often get asked for these fish when you get that dusty brown diatom stage. It's not dinoflagellate, it's just diatoms. It's just normal tank
Yeah.
startup. There's not a lot of nutritional value in a diatom, if anything at
No.
all. But people don't like the look of it, so they want to solve that problem immediately.
Yeah, or do you
So-
think the tank is going to go and die?
Yeah, they think it's going to get worse and worse rather than better over
Yeah.
time. So I could add to that anything that sifts sand by virtue of the fact that it eats out of the sand bed. So Nasaria snails, cucumbers, sand sifting starfish, anything that goes down into the sand bed to look for its food as a cure for diatom ugly stage, which will just go on its own anyway.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? You put in a sand sifting starfish, there's no food. Your tank's a
No.
couple of weeks old. There's a bit of a brown dust over the sand. Yes, it's going to keep digging and moving because the thing's hungry. And then you look back at it in a few
Yeah.
weeks' time and it's melting away and it's eating itself because it's got nothing that it can eat. You know, when people want cleanup crew, hermits, turbo snails, yeah, great. Keep everything clean that way. But your sand sifting gear, your sand sifting cleanup crew, wait until they've got something to clean up.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
When there's fish and stuff like that in, there's waste for them.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and when you're feeding enough that it's going to hit the bottom, and there's going to be
Yeah.
some stuff in there. But yeah, clean up crew first, but not necessarily your sand sifters, in my opinion. You know, other people will go, yeah, but I feed for stuff that drops to the bottom, and I specifically target feed them with pellets. Cool, great, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I had an orange spot goby that would come up in the water and fight anything for frozen food when I put it in.
Really.
That fish was never going to go hungry. Over years, it was enormous. It was insane. Like it ate more mysis than my chromis. Like it was crazy. It would every time you're feeding, it would be the first one up in the water, pushing the other fish away, grabbing great mouthfuls of frozen food. That orange spot goby could go in a tank with no sand bed, and it would be perfectly fine. I mean, it'd be annoyed because it would have nowhere to build its home, and it did like moving the sand from one end of the tank to the other overnight.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right.
Mm.
I think that's quite a
That
lot
was
of
good, yeah.
useful information, don't you think?
Useless or useful?
Well, that depends on how you
Bit of both.
take it.
Bit
doesn't
of
it?
both.
Hopefully, a mix of useful, useless, and amusing in a way.
Yeah.
Um,
That was fun.
all right, guys, we'll call a close to it there. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening. Give us a like and subscribe at the bottom. As you know, the algorithms help if we have likes, clicks, interactions, etc. Drop us a comment if you've got any questions. Stick your suggestions down for your favourite and least favourite beginner fish and coral.
Yep.
And we'll reply to some suggestions.
Yep.
We still haven't done questions. We're not going to do it. I'm not
Not yet.
saying we're going to do something else now, but we've got
No, but
questions.
we'll have to
haven't we?
do them. We'll have to do them.
Yeah, maybe we'll do
We
that
will.
next week. while
There's
we're-
a few there. Is
Is there? Maybe we'll
there's
do
a few
that.
maybe I can't read out, but there's a few that I want to read out
Right.
just to see your reaction.
We can read them and mute stuff if necessary for the fun of it.
yeah.
Oh God, here
I'll
we
hide
go.
behind the mics and nobody lip reads.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
All right, should we say
But
goodbye?
anyway, we will, but before we go,
Yes.
remember to tune in on Monday, the 1st of June, for a chat with Julian Sprung. Be live on YouTube. Links will go out over Facebook, over Instagram, over the WhatsApp group,
Yep.
wherever, TikTok,
Yep.
whatever.
Mm.
But yeah, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers for the support. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of people watching and not subscribing.
Is there?
And not liking even.
That's not on.
Even slag us, will you? Just in the
Yeah,
comments.
say what you like. Tell us
Just
whatever you want.
Call on him.
Now I've got to edit.
Yeah, no, I wanted
Now
a
I've
quack.
actually got to edit.
I wanted a quack.
I've got to go into this now and I've got to edit. Thanks.